It is definitely hot as heck today. I think it's 98 degrees. But despite that, I'm still going to go thrifting, and I'm planning on hitting up 3 thrift stores at least. They're a little bit spread out, so we'll be on the road a bit. One is in Siler City, North Carolina. The other one is in Liberty, a little town about 20 miles from Siler City. And then finally, if all goes well, we'll end up at Kernersville at the Union Grove Mission Thrift Store. So while it's still hot, it's a fabulous day, and it's time to get going. Yeah, this is the Siler City PTA.
Tell me what I've got right here, dollar-wise.
Got a lot of shoes and a lot of purses. The things I usually pick up are the linens or the purses. Well, the linen section definitely looks full today, and that's exciting. And then I need some picture frames, so I'm going to go through all this artwork and see if there's anything I can pick up. They really don't have a lot of hard goods, and I'm not in the mood to go through the clothing, so I think we'll just hit the linens, the purses down there, and look through this artwork and see what we can find. All right, let's see what we got. First thing we picked up, 2 pillowcases, and the only reason I got these is they are 1960s Sears and Roebuck, not used, so some new old stock shabby chic pillowcases. That's a win. Good one. Okay, these picture frames I picked up simply for the picture frames. I'm looking for some vintage frames that are easy to get the old picture in and out of so that I can sell some prints that I have. So that's the only reason. This one's from Mexico. It's pretty nice. Then we got 2 Afghans, and I don't pick up every one, but this one I liked because it's a nice plain color, and also you can see that it's got little hearts on it. And this one I got because, believe it or not, pretty quickly people are going to start shopping for their Christmas stuff, even though it's 90 degrees. I'd say around August I start listing my Christmas stuff. This looked like a quality bag. I had not heard of this brand before, but I looked it up and the comps are pretty good on their purses, so we're going to give this a try. Got this little mini pitcher, and this is Jugtown Wear, 1991. I don't know anything about it. I should have looked it up, but I didn't. And then finally I picked up these damask placemats, and they are Thibaut from France. So I hadn't heard of this brand before. They don't sell as high as I would have guessed for something French, but probably about $25, $28. So that's it. Next stop. All right, next stop, the Bargain Shop in Liberty. And this is also a food pantry. So it's a cute little sweet shop run by volunteers. Let's take a look what we can find today. All right, let's see what kind of artwork we have at the Bargain Shop in Liberty. See some things I want to take a closer look at. That's cute, isn't it? I did find a painting here, or a print, that I sold for $115. It was really small too, but it was signed by the artist, and I guess somebody who's known for doing nature prints. So I'm going to look through this and then go inside.
John Deere place was it called? James River.
And I got some more artwork over here. All right, let's take a look through the house goods. Quick look through the clothing here because it's easy. And then of course, we'll take a look at the hard goods and the linens. Looks like we've cleared out a lot of stuff, so I don't know if we're gonna find a whole lot today. Okay, let's see what we got here. Not a big winner, but an Otagiri pig mug, because I can never turn down a pig mug. A Diane Van Furstenberg silk dress, half price, so it was $1.50. Over here, Creative Bath, which normally I wouldn't pick up another shower curtain, but this one's in a cat pattern, and those usually sell pretty darn well. So I think that's a good find. And we got another beautiful crochet blanket. This one is just gorgeous. That's gonna sell really quickly. A velvet and silk damask tablecloth. I'm counting on that for Christmas probably. This is a hand painted, I think it's wood and brass bowl. It was $4, so I picked that up. Brass bowls, I like them because they had a scalloped edge, which is a little bit different, and they look pretty mid-century. A little bit of jewelry there, some pins. And then I was on the fence about these, but they're only $1.50. These little cherub bookcases. They need a good cleaning, and that's why I was on the fence. But on my way out the door, I came across these two brass planter pitchers. This one's a smaller one. This one's huge. It's about 12, 13, 14 inches. So I would say for $40, we did pretty darn well in there. Next stop, Union Cross Thrift Store. They got a little outdoor area. It's a bit noisy, I'm sorry, but it's right off the highway. Got a few tables full of goodies out here I'm gonna go through, and then I'm gonna head inside the store. I think most of the stuff out here is usually on sale. I've got to check and see what the sale is today. I really didn't see anything out there I have to have, so we're gonna go inside. It's a small store, so I probably won't film a whole lot. Let's take a quick peek. $3 per bag for the clothes. They got a lot of cute little tchotchkes over here. And then in the back, they always have a lot of linen. So I'm gonna start with that. See what I can find. Okay, here's the linen aisle. There's plenty of things to go through. And I will check things like these comforters up here. That looks like a vintage one way up there. It's kind of big, but I'll still take a look. There's a lot of stuff to go through right here. So I'm gonna have my hands full for a few minutes, and I'll show you what I find. Oh my gosh, forgive me, I'm out of breath. I was not expecting that. This all came from that store, and it's just way too much to go over now, so I'll wait till I get back to the house and show you everything I got. Well, I made it back, and I even had time to get a few of these items listed and then polish up the brass. I haven't decided exactly what I'm gonna do with it, but I thought I would show you everything I got. Some of it you saw when I packed in the car, and some of it from that last store, Union Cross, I did not show you because I had to unpack all that, so it'd be kind of fun to go through that. So, all right, let's see what we got here. These first two items, these were the little cherub or putti bookends, and they turned out to be marked, let's see if we can see that back there, Universal Statutory Corp, Chicago, 1965. So I thought that was going to be a major find, but it turned out there's quite a few bookends around that they made, and these are probably only going to sell for about $30. So a little disappointing, but I only paid $1.50, so I can't really complain. This next item is a piece of pottery that I got at Union Cross, and it says $10, but everything was 20% off in the store, so I paid $8 for it. On the bottom, it is marked Gant or Galt, I can't tell exactly, in 1983. So I'm not sure if I'll list this online or if I will put it in my vendor booth, but it depends. In the vendor booth, it'll probably sell for about $24. Online, I would probably sell it for a lot more, like $35, but I've got to play around with that idea. And these are the brass bowls. I didn't clean those up. Those are going to go in the vendor booth. For some reason, brass seems to sell really well there. And then I got a couple of little pieces of local North Carolina pottery. And this is a pretty well-known potter, D.K. Clay Pottery in Sanford. And this one is signed, but it's so similar. It says our sellers on there, which you can't really see. The glazing is so similar that I would guess it was the same potter, but I'll have to check into that. And this was 20% off, so it was $2.40. And then that bowl was only, well, I guess that was only $1.60. That's pretty good. This is kind of interesting, and I'm guessing this is somebody's craft project, but it's still cool to me. It's a coil vase, and what that means is it was made by not on a wheel, but actually wrapping and rolling the clay, and it's got about 20 years age to it, so I'm not sure what I'll do with that yet either. This was a whopping, I guess, 80 cents after the discount, and it is a Holland mold. I've seen these in the large size. I've never seen a tiny little one like this. And these were popular around the 1960s, 70s, I think 70s. And so I'll probably put that in the shop too, because that is a little bit hard to ship just because it's so delicate. Picked up a couple of candlesticks. I already polished those a little bit. I'm going to send those to the shop also. Then these planters, they turned out gorgeous. I've still got a little bit of stuff I've got to clean off. That's the brass polish. And this one, I think I'm going to list online because I don't really have a big space for it in my shop. And then also down here is the little planter, and that one will probably go on a shelf. And when I say the shop, it's not my shop. I just have a space there, but it's a small space. I can't fit a lot of big things. All right, this bowl right here, it's really beautiful. It's not my taste, but I still appreciate its beauty. And it's marked at the bottom, made in cashmere, and hand painted with 22 karat gold. The top, I did polish that already. The rest of that pitting probably is not going to come out. But a little secret is if you have brass that has some pitting, vinegar, soaking it in vinegar will often take a lot of it out. So I've already cleaned it as much as I'm going to clean that. And the Kashmir region is an area that's controlled by, I think it's Iran, China, and also India. And I don't really understand because it doesn't sound like it's a country, but it's a region. And things that come from there do sell really well. So I've already listed this online, and I'm going to sell it for, I've listed it for $65, but I think if I end up with $50, I would be happy with that. These are the crochet blankets. I got all those listed because that was easy. I even already washed them, listed them for a little bit over $30, and they'll probably sell, I guess, about $28. These, I think I'm going to take to the vendor booth. I looked online. They might sell for $30 because I did end up with a set of 8, which I don't know that I realized. And, okay, we got a lot more to go through. I'm going to have to move some stuff over here. I cleared a little bit of space, and here's some of the jewelry I picked up. We can get jewelry in our area for $1. So when it's $1, I'm going to look through it and pick up anything that looks remotely interesting. I haven't really investigated this cross thoroughly. It's appealing because it's very dainty, and also it's well done. It's definitely vintage and has no tarnish to it. And I'm assuming those are rhinestones, but they're actually set in prongs and not just kind of glued in. So I want to do a little bit more checking and see if there's any chance that that's real gold. And if so, of course, that definitely changes the price. This gingerbread guy is marked JJ. He was cute. I'm just going to get him for my booth for around Christmas time. There's a little bird. That is an Avon pin, vintage Avon pin, and that's going in my booth for a whopping $4. Then I like this little cloisonne dog, and I'm going to put him in the booth as well. And then this other Avon brooch is going to go in there. It's pretty nice quality. I like the amber to that, so that is kind of fun. They said I was not going to pick up any more embroidered art because they still have a few pieces I have to get rid of. But this one was so well done. And also the frame is of very good quality. I have several frames like this that I'm just selling the frame. When they're the 1960s, 70s, mid-century painted wood, they're usually made in Mexico. it's easy to sell the frames, and some of the larger ones sell for a bit of money. This one, it was $8, so what does that mean? It means I paid $6.40 for it. I will probably put this in the vendor booth as well and sell it for around $24. And I'm thinking around Thanksgiving would be a good time for this little kitchen-y kind of artwork. Okay, here's the shower curtain. I decided to put this in the booth. Online, I would sell this for probably about $24, but I think I'm going to just put it in the booth for $14, $16. Here are those Sears pillowcases, brand spanking new, with the scalloped edge and the roses. I think those will sell very quickly, probably for, again, about $22. These, let's see, paid for, so what is 20% off of that would be $3.20 for these. These are 1980s chintz, which has that little bit of sheen or shine to it, fabric. And chintz fabric sells well. I think these were handmade, and handmade items also sell well because they're usually of good quality. And so I'm not sure exactly how much I'll sell these for, but maybe $28. Not 100% on that one. These napkins were 4 for $1, but because they were on sale, they were 80 cents. They are India cotton. They're reversible. I think they're brand new because they still have the tags on it. I will put these in the shop for probably $10. And then this didn't turn out to be a good purchase. I thought this V was a Y, but clearly it's not. So I don't know why I thought that. That significantly changed the value by, I don't know, 500%. So this is an item, I'm going to have to wash it because it doesn't smell very pleasant. And it will sell for probably a whopping $15 to $20. So not a great pickup, but overall, it's not a big deal, is it? Okay, that massive pile back there, that is all Priscilla curtains. And you think, what's the big deal? Well, I was able to get all of those for $24. They could tell I was reluctant, so they gave me a deal on those. And I looked online, and somebody sold 6 sets for $240. I think that's crazy time. I don't plan on listing them for that much, but I probably will break them into sets of 2. So it'd be 4 panels and sell those for like $40, $44. So that's a big money-making pile right there if all goes well. Over here, we've got some, I don't know if you know Montgomery Ward. It was a store that closed about 20 years ago, but had been around forever. These look like the 1980s country valances. It's not the panels, it's just the valances. It's got kind of that crochet style, which happens to be very in right now. And it's cottage, it's country. I don't know if I'd call it shabby chic, but so I paid, what, $1.20, $1.40. I'm not doing my math very well. I paid $1.60 each for these, and I will probably sell each one for about $20. Here's a cool little guy, I'm guessing 1940s, somebody's boxer pet. And I will list this because somebody will buy this. Okay, that's pretty cool. This is a beautiful set. I went through this, and boy, it made my heart flutter because this brand really sells well. Now, I think it's pronounced Crossil. I haven't found anybody that knows for sure. And even Alexa says it differently every time. But inside the pillowcases, you can usually find a tag. And I'm going to set this down so I can pull it out. Okay, there it is. And so when you're looking at sheets and comforter sets, a good, easy place to find the manufacturer is going to be inside the tags. I thought this was a 1980 set. It's made in the USA. That is a definite selling plus. And that tag looks older though, so I've got to do some checking on this. But this is beautiful. This is going to sell easily for well over $100. It's a full set. I paid $8 with the discount. It's got pillow shams, a bed skirt, and a comforter. It definitely needs washing, and I've got so much to wash, it looks like I'm going to be making another trip to the laundromat. Okay, over here, this quilt. And you might think, well, what's the big deal? But quilts, I think I mentioned to you before, they always sell well. I had sold 3, now I've sold 5 quilts. in the past 2 weeks. This one is a vintage Better Homes and Gardens. And how do I know it's vintage? Because you see that Better Homes and Gardens tag? They no longer use the pink. So this is going back to probably 1990s or 1980s. I feel like that's a 90s tag. So this I'll probably list for about $50. I can't remember what size it is, but whatever it is, it will sell. This is another, oh gosh, this is just fabulous, this one. This is a beautiful spread, and it's another one made by Crowsill. I sold something very similar to this week in a twin size white, and that sold for $86. So I think this is going to be in the 90s or maybe 100. Paid $12 for it because it was on sale. So I'm excited about that one too. All right, this one's a little bit of a mystery. This one has definitely got more of a 1990s, early 2000s look to it. It's got this big floral print with paisley. And I found a tag inside, so I could tell it was made in the USA. But I'm not really sure who distributed this, so I've got to do some more checking. But because of the quality of the fabric, the reversible pattern, it will sell. It's not quite as in style as the florals in the 1980s, but it'll still do well. This one is a Tommy Hilfiger, and it is going to do well around November and December when people start decorating for Christmas. It may sell sooner than that. I haven't done a lot of research into it yet. It was $15, so that means I paid $12. It is in good condition. It's a nice thick canvas. So I'm going to guess that this will probably sell for $60, maybe $75. I do need to do a little bit more checking on that. All right, down to the home stretch here. We got this pink quilt. And with the discount, I paid $6 for it. It is pretty, but I didn't look carefully at it. She just asked me if I wanted it. I said yes. Had I looked carefully at it, I would not purchase it because I only like to buy linens that are in good quality. And you can see when you get up close that this has a lot of pilling. So I don't know. I might list this and just sell it super inexpensively as a heavy discount with flaws and see what happens so I get my money back, because there are some people that don't want to spend a lot of money on bedding, so this could be a good option. So I'm going to give that some consideration. Here are two camouflage, they're not camouflage, wildlife cabin lodge kind of look shams, and these were only $2 plus a discount. So I picked these up, although they don't have a brand name. They still have that Bob Timberlake kind of vibe to them. So this should be no problem to sell. And then finally, we have another big stack of Priscilla curtains. And I think I've got enough Priscilla curtains for a long time. So I'll get these listed, and then I'll probably take a break from buying Priscilla curtains for a while, because I've got a lot of them to sell. Between that and the last haul, that's going to be enough. So anyway, it's a huge pile, and I always do get a little bit overwhelmed when I think about the fact that now I've got to sort this all, wash it, clean it, and get it listed. So I guess I better get started. All right, see you soon. Bye.